Have you ever felt like you're the only person in the room who just doesn't get the joke? You know that feeling everyone else is laughing, having a great time, and you're just standing there awkward and silent? It's honestly the worst. You feel like an outsider, like maybe you just don't belong there. Today, we are breaking down a story about a guy named Roberto who felt exactly like that. He was ready to give up on making friends because he was scared of looking stupid. But things changed. If you've ever felt lonely in a new place or scared to speak up, this story is literally for you. Let's dive into the 10 big questions that explain what happened. Question 1. Why was Roberto still stuck at the office when everyone else had left? Answer. So, picture this. It's 7 p.m. The office is basically a ghost town. Most people are already at the bar or home watching Netflix. But Roberto, he is glued to his screen. When his coworker Maya comes back because she forgot her phone, she's shocked to see him. Roberto gives the classic excuse, "I just need to finish this report." Here's the thing, Roberto isn't just working hard because he loves data. He uses work as a shield. He even makes a comment like, "Are all Brazilians this hardworking?" It's like he's trying to justify why he's sitting there alone. He thinks if he keeps his head down and grinds, nobody will notice that he's socially awkward or uncomfortable. In the US, hustle culture is big, sure, but Maya calls him out immediately. She tells him, "You don't need to work that hard." She sees right through him. He's hiding behind his computer screen to avoid the scary reality of interacting with people outside of work tasks. Question 2. Why did Roberto keep saying "next time" to every invitation? Answer. This is something we are all guilty of, right? Maya invites him to get pizza with the team. It's a super casual invite, no pressure. But Roberto hits her with a "thank you, maybe next time." Maya actually calls him out on this. She tells him that his next time is like her New Year's resolution, so it never actually happens. Roberto uses "next time" as a safety net. It's a polite way to say no without being rude. But deep down, it's avoidance. He's not busy, he's scared. He thinks if he goes, he'll make a mistake or sit in silence. It's easier to promise a future hangout that doesn't exist than to face the anxiety of right now. Maya makes a great point here. If you keep pushing happiness to next time, you miss out on the fun happening right in front of you. She tells him point blank, "You should have fun." It's simple advice, but for Roberto, letting his guard down feels terrifying. Question 3. What was the big misunderstanding about the New Year's resolution joke? Answer. This part is super relatable for anyone learning a second language. Maya makes a joke comparing Roberto's excuses to New Year's resolutions. Roberto looks totally confused. He says, "I didn't understand it." See, Roberto understands English perfectly when it's about work, data, or reports. But casual conversation, slang, cultural jokes, that is a whole different ball game. He admits that he feels stupid because he never gets the punchline. This moment is huge because it reveals the real problem. It's not that he doesn't like pizza or his coworkers. It's that he feels inadequate. He admits, "You guys joke a lot, but I never get half of what you're talking about." This is a classic example of why learning a language isn't just about grammar, it's about culture. When you miss the joke, you feel isolated, and that's exactly where Roberto's head is at. Question 4. Why does Roberto feel like just the new guy instead of himself? Answer. This is a deep identity crisis. Roberto opens up and says, "In Brazil, I know who I am. Here, I'm just the new guy from Brazil." This is actually a major topic in a lot of viral videos titled "Why You Feel Lonely in a New Country." It perfectly explains that loss of self. Back home, Roberto was funny, smart, and confident. In the US, he feels like a watered-down version of himself because he can't express his personality fully. He feels reduced to a label. He assumes everyone sees him as the foreigner who struggles to speak, rather than the intelligent professional he is. This is why he avoids parties and lunches. He doesn't want to be the quiet guy or the awkward guy. He wants to be Roberto, but he doesn't know how to show that version of himself in English yet. He feels invisible, even when people are standing right in front of him. Question 5. How did Maya react to Roberto's rejection, and why does it matter? Answer. Most people, if they got rejected for dinner, would just say, "Okay, bye," and leave. But Maya, she is the MVP of this story. She notices something is off. She asks, "Are you all right? And I feel like you're avoiding us." She doesn't let him get away with the "I'm busy" excuse. She challenges him gently. She lists the facts. "You don't eat lunch with us. You never come to parties." She isn't being mean, she's showing him that his absence is noticed. This matters because Roberto probably thought nobody cared. He probably thought, "Oh, they won't miss me." Maya proves him wrong. She shows him that the team actually wants him there. "Sometimes we need a friend who is a little bit pushy in a good way to drag us out of our shell." She makes it clear, "We are a team, and that includes you." Question 6. What was Roberto's biggest fear about hanging out with the team? Answer. When Maya asks if they did something wrong, Roberto says, "No, you're all great people." Then he admits the truth, "My English is not very good." Specifically, he is scared of the jokes. He thinks that because he can't banter or be witty in English, he is going to bring the vibe down. He says, "Maybe I don't belong here." That is a heavy feeling. He's terrified of being the odd one out. He imagines sitting at the pizza place, everyone laughing at a story, and him just fake smiling while panicking inside. It's the fear of being exposed as not smart enough or cool enough just because of a language barrier. He's judging himself way harder than anyone else would judge him. He is his own worst critic, convinced that he's a burden to the group. Question 7. How did Maya use her own story to connect with Roberto? Answer. This is the turning point. When Roberto says, "You don't understand," Maya surprises him. She says, "I do. I'm from a small town." She talks about how she felt when she first moved to the city. She admits she cried in the bathroom every day for a month. This is powerful vulnerability. Roberto sees Maya as this confident, English-speaking local who fits in perfectly. Hearing that she also felt lost, confused, and like an outsider changes his perspective. She explains that people spoke differently and talked about things she didn't get. It validates Roberto's feelings. It shows him that feeling lost isn't a foreigner thing, it's a human thing. Everyone feels new and scared at some point. By sharing her weakness, she gave Roberto the strength to trust her. She leveled the playing field. Question 8. What is the danger of not opening your heart in a new place? Answer. Maya drops some serious wisdom here. She says, if we don't open our hearts, those bad feelings will stay forever. This is the core lesson of the whole script. Roberto was stuck in a cycle. He was lonely, so he stayed home. Staying home made him lonelier and less confident in his English. Maya explains that the only way to break that cycle is to take a risk. It's scary to open up. It's scary to say, "I don't understand that joke. Can you explain it?" But if you don't do it, you stay locked in that box of fear. The danger is that you eventually stop trying altogether. You become permanently isolated. Maya is telling him that the pain of being lonely is worse than the awkwardness of asking a question. You have to be vulnerable to make a connection. Question 9. What happened when Roberto finally decided to shut his computer? Answer. Maya gives him a direct command. Don't think, just do. Turn off your computer. And finally, Roberto listens. He says, "Okay." The moment he agrees, the dynamic changes. Maya tells him, people will be surprised and very happy. She reassures him that she will help explain the jokes. This takes the pressure off him. He realizes he doesn't have to be perfect, he just has to be present. When he finally accepts the invite, he says, "This is the first time I feel not lonely." That is immediate gratification. Just the act of saying yes lifted the weight off his shoulders. He realized he had an ally. He wasn't walking into the pizza place alone, he was going with a friend who had his back. Question 10. What is the main takeaway for anyone learning English or living abroad? Answer. The story ends with hope. Roberto realizes this won't be his last time hanging out. The main takeaway is that real English conversation practice isn't just about textbooks or listening to podcasts, it's about putting yourself in social situations even when you are terrified. Perfection is the enemy of connection. Roberto waited until he felt ready, but you never truly feel ready. You just have to go. People are generally kinder than we think. They want to include you. If you don't understand a joke, it's okay to ask. If you are quiet, it's okay. The most important thing is showing up. Roberto learned that belonging isn't something that happens to you, it's something you have to participate in. You have to step out of the office, leave the report for tomorrow, and go get that pizza. So, that is Roberto's journey from the lonely guy working late to the guy enjoying a slice of pizza with his team. It's a reminder that we are all just looking for connection, no matter where we are from or how good our grammar is. If you are feeling like Roberto right now, take this as your sign to say yes to the next invitation. Don't overthink it, just go. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today and breaking down this story. If you found this helpful, or if you've ever felt like the new guy, please hit that like button, it really helps the video. And don't forget to subscribe to Learn English with Jennifer for more stories and lessons that help you master English in the real world. I'll see you in the next one.